Hi, everyone. I'm Barbara Bray, and I'm here to talk about Define Your Why for the Global Collaboration Summit. I'm excited. I want to talk about why it's important to discover your purpose, and you can do that through the UN Sustainable Development Goals. When I thought about defining your why, I said, I know that I've done a lot of research on Simon Sinek's work, and one thing that stuck out is this quote: most of us live our lives by accident. We live as it happens. Fulfillment comes when we live our lives on purpose. So I went to Simon Sinek's Golden Circle and started thinking about the way he uses it is with business. And I wanted to see how we could tie it into education. And one of the things he says is, usually people start with the what. You see, everyone knows the what. You're taught that in teacher education programs, and then you know how. You're learning how to do it, but you usually don't know why. And what he talks about is we need to start with the why first. But one of the things that I found out is a lot of times we don't know our why. So I'm going to just do a little research here about what's going on in education first and the world. Right now, we're in the fourth industrial revolution. And every one of these industrial revolutions has impacted work and our lives. And right now, the fourth industrial revolution is really disrupting everything. It's disrupting the banking world, the government, and businesses, but definitely education. And with AI and VR and automation and robotics, things are happening even in the healthcare. But what does that mean for us? What does it mean for our kids? So I went to the World Economic Forum and looked at the Future of Jobs report, and they brought together 2015 the skills that we needed then. And we might not even been able to teach those skills. We were so involved with teaching to the test and standards. Now they say in 2020, which is not that far away, these are the skills, the top 10 skills, and you'll see that complex problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity are at the top. How do we bring those in? This idea of coordinating with others, emotional intelligence. And then I started looking at 2030. If you look, complex problem solving is down toward the bottom now, and there's not people management. They say that people are going to need to have original thought. They're going to have fluency of ideas, making lots of decisions on their own. So when you think of 2030, think of your kindergartners right now. That means 10th, 11th grade, that's when they're going to be in 2030. They're going to be in high school. So we can't wait till high school to teach these skills. We got to teach them now. So I thought, with why, I remember Ikigai. Ikigai is the Japanese concept for the reason for being, for the meaning of life. And in Japan, they don't even have a word for retirement. They said everyone needs to be able to have a purpose to get out of bed. So those four elements are what you love, what you're good at, what you get paid for, and what the world needs. So it hit me, what the world needs. That gives us our purpose. If we look at what we love, what we're good at, that's what really drives us. So I put a little bit of research and background on every page. I'm trying to have resources for you. So there's a link there. So in doing this research on being part of the world and what the world needs, I looked at global competence. This came out from OECD, and the Asia Society has the 4 domains of global competence. So think about that. You're learning about the world with the world. So you're investigating the world. You're looking at different perspectives. You're looking at how you're going to communicate with people from different areas. And all of that means you're going to have to take action. So how do you take action? That's where the Sustainable Development Goals come in. In 2015, the UN, with 193 countries came up with these 17 UN SDGs, they call them. And each one of these has resources, videos, facts and figures, and so much more to support you in any work you want to do with them. So this is a great place to start, is on the UN site. For me, I wanted to go deeper. So I started following Teach SDGs, and they opened it up for people to become an ambassador. So I applied and I became an ambassador this year. And what it means is I'm learning and I'm sharing. I'm empowering, inspiring people through the global goals. And it's so exciting that I want to do more. So teachsdgs.org has lots of resources for you. In fact, some of them are digital artifacts, free courses. You'll see projects that are happening with the frameworks, and things that are curated for you, along with events that are coming up, and ways to connect to teachers around the world. Participate has also decided to help, and so they have a free site you can join. You can learn so much more and have access to the resources, jump into different discussions with people around the world, and connect your classroom. So this is another site that you can go to. If you go to participate, it takes you right into it. But you can also get to it from Teach SDGs. On the UN site, they have the world's largest lesson. Now, with that, there's so much you can get. There's a way with videos that you can show your students. You can watch yourself. There's courses that you can take. There are lots of other types of resources like this one. Now, it looks a little overwhelming, but each one of the goals has targets and indicators. So you'll see for the first one is, it shows you underneath, you'll see that there's multiple targets. And each one of those targets helps you go a little deeper. Because if you tell your kids or even yourself, I'd like to end hunger or no poverty, it's kind of hard, that's big. But these targets let you go deeper and go in specific areas. So this is a poster that's available. And there's other templates, certificates, and other things that you can get at the world's largest lesson. So I thought, when I saw these targets, I said, well, I love the design thinking process. We could take that deeper. So in a lot of my workshops that I do and at presentations and at conferences, I take this design thinking process, starting with empathy, and look at one of the goals. So basically what you're doing is you're working with another teacher, choosing one of the goals, defining a target you'd like to work on, brainstorming some ideas on how you might want to do that, and along with that, bring in an existing lesson and see how it already connects. Teachers are already doing so much around the goals and don't even know it. So I think this is one way where you can just start working with some of the teachers, or even yourself, just going through the goals and the targets to see if there's anything that aligns to what you're doing now. There's also the Goals Project. This is one that starts soon in August. You just have to sign your class up and you'll receive a package that tells you you tell them which goal you're going to be working on. And then you are collaborating with other classrooms around the world. And it starts in September. And it's pretty exciting. So at least check this out. It is no cost. It's free for you. And your kids can do this. And you'll meet a lot of wonderful people from around the world when you do this. Another thing that's available is this guide to save the world. And there's 4 levels. And these are things your kids can take action now. And you can take action. They could look at ways that they can save the environment, then look at ways that they can keep track of it. And then you can even align math lessons. So check that out. So all of these are challenges, but you can do it. It's not that difficult because all the resources are there. You see, If it doesn't challenge you a little, it won't change you. So take some actions. You can do any of these. You can compare the skills and the global competencies. You can review the SDGs and just align one of the goals with an existing lesson. You don't have to start from scratch. You can use the design thinking process and choose a target and then design a project or a lesson. You can even sign up for that goals project. And in all of this, take out the ikigai and define your why. Oh, it's going to be so much fun this year. It's going to be so exciting. Cannot wait to see you on there. So thank you and enjoy. See you soon and enjoy being part of this global PLN summit.